Hello, everyone. Hi. All right, I am doing a live from the hive, and I am going to be transferring bees from this nuke into a new 10 frame deep. I'd like to use 8 frames, but really, when I went to go look for boxes that I had put together, I only had the 10. So I work with what I have, and I figure why not? I can always move them into an 8 frame if I ever get a chance to actually put the boxes together. And the frames can go back and forth between a deep 10 frame and 8 frame. That's not a problem. I've been smoking them already. You can see my smoke's going pretty well. I've just been lifting the lid and then kind of putting a little bit of smoke in there. It has right now 4 different little, what do you call it, frames in there because I had taken out a frame when I was trying to inspect them a little while ago. And so I hope that we can go ahead and then move this easily. I think it will be a little bit challenging though because when I went to inspect them the first time, I saw that there was a lot of cross comb. And then when you have cross comb, I couldn't get those frames out very easily. I had to cut through a lot of the frames. And so I'm thinking that one thing that I'm going to do this time is try to take the whole block out at once, move them over, and then once they're in this other one, I can mess around because this one doesn't have a lot of space in it. And then it makes it a little bit tricky to be able to move things around because if I have to take all 4 frames out and stick them into the 10 frame one by one, it'll get this thing all messy. And this I want to bring back to the sanctuary because I got this from our club and we are the Long Beach Beekeepers. And I think I was actually supposed to do this at 1 o'clock and I forgot that I said 1 and I thought it was 1:30 and I was actually just getting everything ready. So if you were here before, I apologize and I appreciate that you want to see how things are going. These are opportunities to kind of learn and see how things are working. And I've put a little bit of shade. I don't know if you can tell, but right now I put the little outdoor umbrella over our little spot here so it's not super duper sunny and hot. And so I'm hoping that we can actually do this without too many stops in the recording. And so I'm just going to put my little smoker to the side. You just want to make sure when you're doing this that you're being really careful. And it looked like it was possible that this had swarmed because I found this swarm and you can see that there's actually some little bits of comb up here, but there's not a lot of bees. I would say compared to the last time that I opened this, a lot fewer. So I think it did swarm. Actually, what I'm going to do is see if you guys can come and take a look with me. Oh, it might be a little bit tricky the way I have it here. Actually, maybe if I could put it down like here. All right, let's see. So you guys can see right now that there is some comb sticking out because one of the frames was missing. There's this one that's actually completely gone sideways and perpendicular to the frames. And then if you can see here, completely one solid block. So that becomes a problem when you're trying to separate these. So that's why I might see if I could separate these 2 and these 2. That could be a possible start to getting this over. If I need to, I'll bring all 4 of them over at the same time and then cut when I'm over here. So let's see how that's going to work. I'm going to see if I can hold this phone here. This is when I wish I had an extra set of hands. But we do what we can and we work with what we have, which is I was born with one set of hands. So what I'm going to do is try to get these kind of apart. Usually what I try to do is just kind of get in between and then I can then crow these apart. There we go. So far I see a little bit of breakage. Maybe you guys can see that here too, right here. There's a little bit of breakage. And then we're going to go over here and then do the same thing. But this time, not complete havoc is occurring. When I first did this and tried to get out that first one, it was really, really difficult. And so this seems like there's maybe just a tiny bit of bridging comb. And what we're going to be looking for are new queens, because if this did swarm, I mean, I could consider taking it out one by one, but let's just see what we have first. Well, let's do it. Okay. I think I was just kind of anticipating a little bit more craziness based on the last inspection, and so this is actually not turning out to be that crazy. There's not a lot of bees. Again, I think that this had swarms, and then that's one reason why we are not seeing as many bees as compared to the last time. This is actually working out pretty well. So I'm going to put you back here so you can see what's going on. Let's see if you can see that. Okay, then let's go ahead and then pull this out. And I'll try to get my arms out of the way as soon as I can. Actually, I'm going to move this other one back. And there is still a lot of comb that's attached to the other frame, I think. So I'm going to just move these. And then let's try to get this one out. Yep, it is still a little bit tricky to get them out like that. So I'm actually, and you can see like they're getting a little bit irritated. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and smoke them a little bit more, because I did break some comb trying to get that other one out. There we go, and I have to light that again. And then I can also, let's see, so I'll go ahead and then pull this out and see what happens. And I do have some comb that's breaking. And so what I'm going to do is take a knife that I have back here, and I'm just going to try to cut this comb so that it doesn't break anymore. Oh, I see, it's actually attached to in here. You guys can come and see too. This is what's upsetting them. I don't know if you can tell right here. See how there's comb that's bridging between the two? So I think we're going to have to bring this all out in one, and then we're going to have to fix it in the other one. Otherwise it's going to be too messy right here. Okay, let's see. Let's get back into the spot where you guys can see what's going on. Alright, taking out everything all together is a little bit tricky. There are a couple ways to do it. One way is you can actually turn this whole thing upside down, and then that's a way to try to get them to come out all together. There are fewer bees here, and I think that's why, even though they're upset, it's not complete chaos at the moment. But I can tell that they're getting a little bit more irritated at me. Let's see. So this is actually turning out to be step more second and third. So maybe what I'll try to do is get that out first. Maybe if I can get one out, I can get the other ones out. Let's give it a go. And then just cut this right there. I'm cutting through the comb, which is kind of making them upset. I think it's also some brood, and that's again why they're getting upset at me. And then I'm going to lift this out. There we go. So you can see what a mess this one is. If I could, I would actually just get rid of this one, but I need to make sure that the queen's not on here. So we're going to move that over, because you can see how irregular that comb is going to be. We're never going to be able to fully fix that. And then, oh yeah, same thing with the other one. It is really a complete mess here. So I'm going to cut the comb that's attached to the back of this view. And then I'm going to lift this all together. Hopefully you guys can see all of this. So I am pulling it all up. Let's see if I can get it all in one. There we go. So if you can see what's going on right now. Let's see, can you see that? Maybe you can. So there's comb that's going in this way and then coming back out. You can even see there was a queen cell right here. You can call it a superseder cell, a swarm cell, and then there's actually other ones here. So they actually may not have a queen yet. Can you see like that spot there and that spot there? This is very, very interesting. I'm going to see if I can separate these over here. So I'm going to keep these three together, put them down, and then I'm going to try to take the back one off so you guys can see what's going on. Alright, so this is very, very interesting. It's actually going to be too tricky, I think, to be able to get those two apart. Here, come with me. So now we have 1, 2, 3 frames all together. But when I'm taking a look at this, oops, my umbrella is moving and it's hitting my head. There's 1, 2, 3. These are all attached. Can you see that? They're all attached. There's actually one big piece of comb that's going out this way, all the way back this way. So I can't really cut through it. And it does look like they have queen cells there. Oh, see, you can see there's a piece of comb that's actually right in there. You can also see over here, we have a lot of stuff going on with rubber bands. So what I'm going to do is actually, let's try to put this together. We need the queen to survive, so we have to make sure that these guys, I think, mostly stay. Let me see if you guys can see. My umbrella kind of moves, so it's a little bit bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this over. So I'm going to take this and move it over here. And then I'm going to move this guy back over so it's in the spot so all the bees can return to it. And yeah, there's definitely not a lot of, oops, damage the whole thing, including just a little puffs of smoke there. Okay, so I'm going to move the whole box over so it's in the same spot that the nuke is in, and then they'll eventually figure out how to get in. And then that will also make it a little bit easier for them to kind of go in it. There we go. Alright, let's go and get my umbrella back over so it's not too sunny. You guys can see. Umbrella. Move the umbrella. Okay, there we go. Alright here. And now we've got a lot of stuff in this nuke. You guys can see. Kind of. So there's comb in here. There are beads in here. There's rubber bands in here. I'm actually going to put it to the other side. And then you can see if maybe even bees want to go in there at some point. Alright, so we got a lot of bees going all over the place. So, like we were talking about, this is kind of a mess. And I'm not actually using it. There is a queen cell, but the queen cell is already open. I don't know if you can see that. And so, oh, but we have another queen cell here that is not open. Can you see that right there? So that one there is not open. Just to be on the safe side, let's go ahead and then leave this in here. We're probably going to have to inspect next week to be able to make sure that these are all open. You might only see queen cups the next time you go and take a look. And let's see, I'm going to move these over. And then I'm going to put some of these other frames in, even though I don't like the fact that these are all kind of attached here. But I don't want them to be building in an empty box. Otherwise, they'll build on the lid. We're getting almost finished. And then you can let them kind of settle down. Okay, so we're putting this on here. And then I have an inner board, which I'm going to put on. So you're just going to slide it over so you can get them to go inside. I'm going to leave this kind of open at the moment. Just if there's so many bees flying around, gives them another opportunity to, get into the box. And actually also just kind of leave this here so that they can go inside. The queen hopefully should be ready. There we go. So then they should go in there. And then we're technically all done. Okay, so we've done a little bit of transferring. We've seen that there's a lot of swarm cells, supersedure cells, or queen cells. And so I think what we're going to do right now is let them settle down because they're a little bit irritated at me. and I'm gonna get all my equipment put together, and then we're all done. Let's see if I can actually turn this off without having to take off my gloves. Maybe not. So you guys stay here for a little bit until my phone overheats, and then we'll be all done. So you may be just seeing like a bunch of bees, and we'll just let those bees kind of keep on going. There we go. There are lots of bees. And then I gotta make sure my smoker doesn't fall over. And then turn that guy off. And then we'll go over here. Go over here. Alright. You guys stay with the bees. They are just settling down. And what I'll need to do is take off my gloves so that I can turn off my phone and everyone can have the rest of the afternoon to kind of settle down here. Hang on one second. See, when you have a bunch of bees around, you don't necessarily want to take off all your stuff. And you don't want to take off, let's see, let's try it. Ooh, bye.